Hey y'all, it's me, Dree. So we start today with confidence, resonance, and curiosity. And what I'm getting here is that the collective is starting in this energy of confidence. This is that inner belief that you already have the strength to face whatever challenge is in front of y'all. So the collective is not entering this message weak. No. The collective is entering this message with a stronger belief in themselves and also in their ability to handle whatever is developing around them. And from this confidence, y'all are moving into resonance. So resonance, that is that deep internal connection between what you are thinking, what you are feeling, and what is actually happening around you. This is when something begins to feel familiar to you. It's when something begins to make sense. And even if you cannot fully explain it yet, I'm getting something inside of y'all recognizes that the energy here is important. And then after resonance, y'all are moving into curiosity. So with curiosity, I'm getting that once something begins to resonate naturally, y'all want to understand it. Y'all want to know where it is coming from, and y'all want to know what exactly it means. And y'all also want to know where it could possibly lead. So we are moving here from trusting ourselves to recognizing that something feels significant, and then becoming curious enough to look deeper into what is actually developing. Yeah. Now let's get into the message. It starts with the Page of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Chariot. And these cards are sitting under this emotional card of confidence. So this Page of Cups is bringing in a love offer. This is emotional interest. This is somebody in your energy field who is wanting to express how they feel. And because this is coming up as page energy, this may begin gently. It may begin through a message or a small gesture or someone testing the emotional waters before they fully reveal themselves. But then comes the Wheel of Fortune, and this tells me that the wheel is now turning around this love offer. Something has reached a decisive moment. The cycle is changing. The timing is shifting. And what may have felt delayed, uncertain, or unable to move before, well, that is now being carried forward by a much larger change in the energy. And then the first column ends with this Chariot, which is upright. So this is not just a feeling sitting somewhere in the background. I'm getting there is forward movement here. There is determination. There is willpower, and there is action. So somebody is wanting to move this love offer forward. And with this wheel and the Chariot together, I'm getting that the momentum around this love offer, it's becoming difficult to stop. And I'm getting this is naturally where the confidence comes in, because the collective may need to trust themselves as this energy begins moving toward them. Y'all may need to believe that y'all are strong enough to receive something new without allowing an old experience to determine how y'all respond. Because even though this love offer is moving, I'm getting that the collective may not recognize it. Y'all may not recognize it for what it is. And that naturally moves us into this resonance. Let's see what this center column and center of the message has to say. We've got the Queen of Swords reversed, the autumnal equinox, and the Ace of Swords. So with this Queen of Swords reversed, I'm getting that the collective is sitting in this energy because they have been shaped by a harsh experience. Something made y'all emotionally guarded. Something made y'all more critical, more cautious, and possibly more likely to question another person's intentions before allowing yourselves to believe that something genuine could be developing. So I'm getting that even though this love offer is moving, y'all may initially be blinded by what y'all have already been through. Y'all may be looking at this new energy through the lens of an old experience. And honestly, that would make sense, because when you have been hurt, disappointed, and misled before, sometimes something can feel familiar for the wrong reason. Y'all might be able to feel the energy touching a place inside of y'all. But instead of recognizing the connection that is actually forming, y'all might recognize the fear associated with what happened before. And that is where this resonance I got this clip, so if the dogs bark, you guys will hopefully not hear it, and I just dropped it, but let me get that back. So I'm getting that this is where resonance can get complicated, because resonance, even though it sounds like it, it does not always begin as comfort. Sometimes something will resonate because it reaches a part of y'all that has already been deeply affected before. And this Queen of Swords, well, she can feel like something is happening. She can feel that this energy is reaching her, but because of the harsh experiences she has carried, she may not be able to immediately separate what is developing now from what happened back then. And then we shift to the autumnal equinox. This card says prepare for change. It speaks about timing over the next few months. And I feel like this is the energy y'all have been sitting with, sitting inside of for probably a few months now. This card asks y'all to make long-term plans, express y'all's gratitude, and prepare for y'all's harvest. So this tells me that the collective does not have to force themselves to understand everything immediately, because there is time and patience around this energy that is developing. I'm getting something is growing here. And over time, I'm getting the collective is going to begin to recognize that what is resonating with them may not be another warning. It may actually be recognition. It may be the collective's internal world beginning to connect with something that is genuinely aligned with them. Because this resonance is that connection between what you are thinking, what you are feeling, and what is actually happening around you. And I'm getting that with time, those three things have begun to match. And what the collective is sensing internally begins to align with what they are witnessing externally. And that is why this center and heart of the message is ending with the Ace of Swords. This card is about awareness and insight. This is an epiphany, real clarity. This is the true vision. This is truth. And this is decisive communication. So I'm getting here that this Ace of Swords is the moment the resonance y'all have been feeling finally makes sense. Because I'm getting y'all are realizing that y'all weren't imagining the energy. Y'all were not wrong for feeling that something was developing. Y'all's inner recognition was responding to something in the field that was real. And this harsh experience, well, that may have distorted the way y'all initially interpreted this. But just because you didn't interpret it correctly, that does not mean that the connection was erased. No. And I'm getting that with time and patience, the collective receives the clarity needed to understand exactly what has been resonating with them all along. And that clarity is what moves us into this curiosity, because once the collective realizes that this energy is real, well, naturally they are going to want to know more. Let's see what y'all discover and how this message lands. We end the message with the Magician, the Queen of Wands, and the Ace of Cups. I can't believe that this is almost an all forward facing message. There's only one reversal, and it's the harsh situation. Everything else is positive. And with this Magician, I'm getting that somebody in the energy field is actively manifesting. This is not accidental energy. This is not someone who briefly thought about the collective and then moved on. No. The Magician, he is focused. The Magician is intentional. The Magician understands that their thoughts, actions, and energy have the power to create movement. And this Magician's focal point, well, that's the Queen of Wands, which I'm getting is y'all. This is the collective. And I'm getting this other person sees the collective as charming, confident, courageous, energetic. They see them as a visionary and as very strong. They are seeing somebody who stands out, somebody who has presence, somebody who carries themselves in a way that naturally attracts attention. And I also think this Queen of Wands energy is showing us why the message begins with confidence in the first place. Because even if the collective has been carrying the emotional effects of a harsh experience, that is not how this person is seeing y'all. This person sees y'all's fire. They see y'all's strength. They see y'all's magnetism, and they see the version of the collective that may have been harder for the collective to recognize inside of themselves lately. And then the whole message ends with this Ace of Cups, and this is a flowing stream of love and emotion. This is overflowing emotion. This is bliss, romantic success. This can indicate a new romance and also definitely talks about joy. And I'm getting, this is something that has the potential to emotionally open y'all back up. So the clarity here is that someone is not only thinking about the collective, but they are actively manifesting movement towards y'all. Y'all are this person's focal point. They see y'all as the Queen of Wands, and what they want to bring into the collective's reality is an open and flowing emotional connection. This is definitely a different reading than I have done before. But basically, this message is beginning with a love offer that wants to come in. That wheel is turning. The chariot is moving it forward. But the collective has been through something harsh enough that they may not immediately recognize the offer for what it is. They may question it. They may analyze it. They may even protect themselves from it before they have enough information to fully understand it. But again, with time and patience, clarity will come in. And that clarity reveals that somebody has been intentionally focused on the collective. They are manifesting y'all. They are drawn to y'all. And they are carrying a flowing stream of love and emotion in y'all's direction. And I think this curiosity at the end of this message is very important, because the collective does not have to immediately surrender their boundaries or blindly trust what is coming towards them. This curiosity is simply asks the collective to remain open enough to explore the possibility, to observe the offer, to ask questions, and to allow this person's actions to show y'all whether the emotional energy they're offering is real. Because confidence is not ignoring what you have learned. No. Confidence is fully trusting yourself enough to know that you can remain discerning without automatically shutting the door. And that's the message that I have for y'all today. So if this one resonated with y'all, let me know in the comments below. Like my message and follow along. And remember, where there is love, there is light. I'll see you all again real soon.